Hey friends, today I am here to share my March sewing menu with you guys. I have changed up my language a little bit and I'm moving away from saying these are my sewing plans to this is my sewing menu. These are the things that I could choose to make. So I've been kind of using this terminology in my work life. Instead of writing strict to-do lists, I have a weekly menu of the things that I can be working on, can be working towards. Yeah, I'm a freelancer, so I give myself a lot of lead time, which kind of helps with that process. But I'm finding it's really working for me, and yeah, I'm just like a lot more relaxed about stuff. So I want to bring that into my sewing practice. So this concept of a menu, I came across on Instagram not from a sewing person, but I will link her video below if I can find it still. It was quite a while ago. But yeah, I've found that like locking myself into plans has not been super helpful. I love the planning process, and if you guys have watched any of my videos, you know that like that's my favorite part. Pairing patterns and fabrics together, I find like really creative. That I have a lot of like creative fulfillment, creative joy from that. So I want to keep doing that, but I don't want to be like locking myself into things. So I'm liking this idea of the menu. So I got to do like that process of pairing and kind of like imagining the possibilities. But then like they're just there for me. Like I could order that. I could choose to sew it. I could cut it out, or I could just leave it for next time, for another time. So these are kind of more like my March ideas. Now I did kind of put together, like they did kind of come together in like a bit of a color palette. And I had a really big think about that because in spring, I tend to like, I'm not like a florally, ruffly person, but something happens to me in the springtime where like, I think I just catch spring fever. I think that's what it is. But like, I'm suddenly whisked away into thinking that like, I want pastel floral ruffles on things. And then I either don't make them and feel bad about like the plan that I made, or which I'm just not doing that at all because I have a menu now. I don't have to do anything. But the other thing is, if I do make it up, I realize like, oh, this is not for me. Why did I do this? I had that a whole bunch last year, and I don't want to go like that again. But I do definitely feel a pull to like I don't know, like express the seasons. That sounds so silly, but like I want to wear springy things in the spring and I want to wear autumnal things in the autumn. But I want to better this time like kind of stick more in like my colors and a bit more with like figuring out my style for the spring. I still really like that connection that I have of like, yeah, wearing fall colors when the leaves are dropping, like that fulfills something in me, but I need to be able to do it in a way that I'm not making things I'm not going to wear, or that I'm only going to wear for like 2 months. So I had a big look at my fabric stash, and this is what I came up with for like spring feeling things, but that are still going to be a bit more me. So along with these uncut fabrics, these virgin cloths, if you will, I have a couple of refashion projects that I'm looking at, as well as a couple of crafts. So starting with my pile here, I have this really, really pretty meat milk Pointelle, I think is how it's called, Pointelle jersey. It's 100% cotton. It actually just arrived today. I was really excited about it. I've wanted it for ages. I am just like in love with this color, and I've really wanted to try, yeah, this like different to me, new to me kind of knit. Yeah, so it's got these holes. It's not embroidered, but like it's part of the weave, I guess. Again, I've never sewn with it. It does remind me of, it's very 90s to me because I had like a whole fleet of undershirts that were like this material, and they all had like bows and frills, and I did not like that part of it, but I did like the cloth and how it felt and how it's a really cool texture. So I'm not 100% sure on a pattern for this one because it has less stretch than I was expecting. Now it is 100% cotton, so that maybe could have tipped me off, but it's got about 40% lengthwise and like 15%. Oh, did I say lengthwise? This is crossways. This is lengthwise. So 40% and like 15%. So that's a lot less than most of my like t-shirt patterns, which is what I initially bought it for. I kind of had my heart set on the new Pattern Scout Bridget tee, which is a square neck, yeah, t-shirt, but it kind of feels more like a top. But that requires 50% stretch. And I think it might require lengthwise stretch too. So I don't know if I could like size up the pattern and use it with this. Let me know what you think if you have experience working with, yeah, knits with less stretch. If not, I was kind of thinking, oh, what is it? The Helen's Closet Elliot sweater could be kind of cool. Just like lean into the boxiness. So, I mean, it's pretty like drapey for being cotton. Yeah, you can see a little bit better there. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, but I do really, really love it. And I think it is, for me, a really good spring color to kind of trick myself into feeling like I'm dressing with the season. But that's not going to be too like pastel-y. And it has like a texture on it, which I love a textured solid. So I do really want to get this made up soon. I'm I'm a little bit afraid of like if I fold it up and just put it in my stash that it might like become precious. Like if I don't use it up right away, it might just like sit forever, and I don't want that. So let me know what you guys think, if I can like fudge the stretch percentage or if I should just like lean into something less fitted with this one. So next I have a regular cotton jersey with the expected stretch. I got this one this last weekend. I went to the fabric market in Utrecht with my friend Joyce, and I bought a lot of stuff, but this is my only knit and I'm really excited. Basically, I have been really sad about the Ace tee that I made up this fall in a really similar stripe jersey, because I really want a stripy tee like in my wardrobe. And I really like these kind of like whites and neutrals, or like cream and neutral. This is actually kind of like a purpley pink. And then my other one was like a kind of a caramely brown. Basically, I was just really sad that that didn't work for me. And I don't think that there's a way I can cut it up to make it work. I'm going to think about it a little bit more, but I think it is a lost cause. So basically I just want to replace it. So I bought a really similar fabric, and I'm going to make a Helen's Closet Dawson. I just haven't decided if I'm going to do a scoop neck or the mock neck, but that's what this one's going to be. So my menu idea is not 100% without commitment. I did sign up for a pattern test. So I will be making the Forget Me Not Helmi blouse. Now, the Helmi blouse is like out in the world. It was part of the Tauko issue 3, I believe. So if you're not familiar with the Tauko magazine, it is a sewing and possibly knitting. It's a sewing magazine with patterns that are, it's done kind of as like an artist collective style. So they reach out to sewists and to designers to sketch up or draw up a pattern, do the instructions, and then they go and do the actual, they grade the pattern and they do all of that. So they have their separate like size range, their separate block. But Joe designed the Helmi blouse. Let's see, I think it came out last spring. So it's a really cute little blouse with a little key opening, and you can either have a ruffled collar and ruffles at the shoulders, or you can do a sweet little Peter Pan collar. It has gathered cuff sleeves. So the thing with Tauko is that they first release it under like their block, their grade, and then they release the rights back to the designer. So that is what's happening. And so Joe is starting to test it, but it's going to be like on her block in her size range, which is going to include bust cup options, which I love. So there's not a release date set, but it is a common thing with Tauko, so I feel like I can share it. But yeah, so I'm going to be testing Joe's version of her design this coming month for, yeah, again, the release date is not set yet, but I feel like I can tell you about it because it's already like sort of out in the world. I'm going to use this broderie anglaise. It's just actually, is that the same as just an embroidered cotton? Because that's what this is. Maybe broderie anglaise is something fancier, but it's kind of like a cream color. It's really light and crinkly, so some good texture there. I got this from, again, the fabric market in Utrecht, but the last time I was there, which was in September, and it was $2 a meter. So I got 2 meters, and I think it is really cute. And I think we'll make, I don't have like a white blouse in my wardrobe at all, so that is what this is going to be. So this next one, I think I need your help a little bit. I have this really, really cute Windowpane. What is it? It's a cotton viscose that I got from Joanne when I was in the States earlier. I ordered it and had it sent to my mom's house because it was in the Black Friday sale. So I got a really good deal on it, and I think it is super cute. However, there is a phenomenon that, like, I think it's because I have a very curvy body and then like kind of a baby face. But there are certain like patterns and prints that seem really cool. And then once they go on my body, they become very cute. And there's nothing wrong with like cute or sweet. It's just like not the expression that I am going for right now. So my first inclination with this was to do a Davenport dress from Friday Pattern Company. I really, really like that style. It's super fun to sew. I would really like it. I'm just afraid that like in this kind of mild green with the check, I think it might look a bit like Little House on the Prairie for me, which is a style I love on other people. But again, baby face, curvy bod, just ends up looking a bit too sweet. So I had to kind of like put my instincts aside for this one, and I've been really thinking about what could kind of keep this print like on the more like cool and modern side of things. So the patterns I'm considering are the Seamwork Hansie, which is a top, but there's a bonus version that is a dress, and it has this cute, so it's like a shift dress, but then it has a nice curved hem, which I really like, and I think that that might be a nice balance against the like harshness of the squareness of the check to then have like a curved hem. I think that could be really cute. Dang it, I just lost the other one. I should have written it down. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is so silly. Oh, yes, the Adrianna dress from Friday Pattern Company. So that one might still, like with the big sleeves, be getting too close to like prairie-ness, but because it is like short A-line shift, maybe it would work. If you guys have other ideas for a non-sweet, non-prairie situation, let me know, because I really like this fabric and I do want to get it sewn up in March. Again, this is kind of similar to like the pink jersey. I feel like it's a way that I can do spring and not feel too like girly about it. So yeah, I do want to prioritize this one, but I just need the right thing hasn't quite hit me just yet. Okay, so last fabric is this corduroy one, which if you saw my Make 9 plans, it did make an appearance. So I bought this to make a Forget-Me-Not Natalie skirt. It's probably my favorite skirt pattern. I really like the shape of it. To me, it has a very like 70s vibe, at least the A-line version does to me. But I got to thinking that maybe I want to hack the pattern into a pinafore. So a pinafore was another thing that I had on my Make 9, and I happen to have 2 meters of this. So if I have enough extra, I might go for a pinafore. I think it would be very, very cute. So the next 2 items are ones that I pulled out of my Doom box. So that's the box that is in my hallway, and it's like a huge IKEA tote full of things that either like need refashioning, altering, mending, resizing. Yeah, it's a big scary box, but I'm trying to get like more familiar, more friendly with it, and hopefully like over time work it down quite a bit. So trying to get to the projects in there because there's some really great stuff. So yeah, and I want to be working as much with what I have as I am, I mean, if not more, than continuing to buy new things. So I reached into my Doom box, as I want to be doing like every month or so, and I pulled out a couple of things that kind of went with the same sort of vibe as the other items on my menu. So first up, I have this maxi skirt. Now, I was mentioning how like the prairie vibe is very cute on other people and is just not really for me. This skirt is part of how I learned that. So I made this, well, yeah, a while ago. It's got gathers, it's full length, it has a ruffle, it is pink. Like a lot of, yeah, springy, feminine ruffle situation going on here. And I was like, I made it up and was like, oh, yeah, this is not for me. So I'm sure it would be cute for somebody else, but I'm thinking that I would like to take this all apart and make it into a blouse. So I think I have enough, like from the waistband to the hem of that ruffle there. I think I can get my front and back pieces out. It is fairly wide. And then from the ruffle, I can get like facings. I can probably stitch up some bias binding, that kind of thing. And then I have a little leftover square that is probably like 60, 70 centimeters. So I could like get some sleeves out of that. And I think I'll have enough to make some kind of little top. Then this one is a sweatshirt that was actually given to my spouse, and it did not fit him. And it's a bit big on me, so I was thinking I would, oh, and it has this like weird stain on the side. Yeah, some kind of, maybe it was like tar or something. It's black and it does not come out. But I think if I take the whole thing apart and resize it, I can probably cut around this like one little spot there. I will reuse the ribbing, even though it is not, it's like not the most comfortable ribbing that there ever was, but I have not been able to find a ribbing this color. So I'll just unpick it and use that because again, it's like around all of the places that you would have ribbing. But yeah, I really like this color, of course. It is very similar to that Pointelle jersey that I started with. I think it is really cute. And then like, I think the little embroidered leaves are so nice. So that will hopefully become a new sweater for me. So the last thing on my March menu, I guess you could say it is a dessert. It's very small. It's just like a little craft project, but one that I'm really excited about. So I bought these two little plastic headbands when I was out shopping this weekend. My friend Joyce has made like a ton of headbands and they are so cute and I really want to try it. So I really need headbands right now because I'm in a weird spot with my hair. So I cut a bunch of hair off at the beginning of last month and it goes back and forth between like some days I think it's really cute and cool and other days I feel like, yeah, not that. It's like a little mix of fifth member of the Beatles meets like, can I speak to the manager meme. So I've been keeping it like either pinned back like in a half up situation like this, either clipped to the side or wearing my one very, very sad headband. I bought this at a cute little shop in a nearby town. And yeah, I've like worn it to death. I'm gonna try to repair this area here, but basically I want to make some fabric covered headbands just like this because I feel like it pretty much like instantly elevates a lot of like my outfits. Yeah, and it basically takes like bad hair day to decent hair day very quickly. So that's what I want to do with these. I'm thinking I might use the scraps of, it's like way down in this pile now. Whoops. The scraps of this fabric for one to have like a cute little cream headband. And then I might just be boring and like do black for the other one. I know it's not very exciting, but I'd probably wear it a lot. So that's what I'm thinking with these. So those are my very loose plans for March. March is looking like it's going to be a busy month. We have some fun extracurricular things on the calendar as a family. So I'm really excited about the month going into it, but that does mean that I might have a bit less sewing time. So I'm hoping to get through a few of those projects, but we will see if they are the plans that I've stuck to or if, yeah, something new comes along and I'm inspired by something else. Either way, I will take you along the journey. It's been really great to be able to share with you guys. A bit tricky too, but I am really committed to this year kind of softening my perfectionism habits and some of the like harshness that I've carried, yeah, like in my sewing practice lately. So it is like a bit weird to say like, here are my sewing plans, but I might not do them. So sorry, not sorry. But yeah, it'll be a surprise to all of us, to me, to you. We'll see what I actually end up making. But yeah, if you have suggestions for me, either for that Pointelle jersey or for that checked cotton viscose, let me know in the comments. And if you are if you're doing plans or doing a menu, doing something similar for making in March, I would of course love to hear about what you're planning or working on or in process. So yeah, definitely like hit me in the comments below or like over on Instagram. I'm over there too. So yeah, all the YouTube things, subscribe, follow, blah, blah, blah. You'll do it, right? You'll do it. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that is all from me. I'm gonna go eat dinner now and catch you next time. Till then, happy making. Bye.